Hey! Just want to take this quick video showing where all the objectives are located on every single map of the game currently. I drew all these maps out. Some of them may look terrible, I'm sorry. I did the best to my capability since there's no top-down views of the maps available, at least not any that I could find. But yeah, I'm going to show these maps ranging from probably from some of the easier ones to the harder ones. There are timestamps if you want to skip to the ones where you don't know, because I imagine you probably, if you've played this game before, you probably know where a lot of these objectives already are. So we'll just start with the first map. The Pillars is what this map is called. It has a vent in every corner of the map. It has a button right next to every vent, which all face towards the middle, by the way, if that helps you find out where you're located. Depending on how you view the map, there is a button in the very middle, the top middle, and the bottom middle. And then there are two buttons next to the middle one, kind of diagonally lined. Honestly, the buttons are pretty easy to locate once you just kind of play this map after a while and just have your own route that you take. For the most part, I'm going to be silent in a lot of these just so you can watch along. On the top right of the screen, I show where I spawn and I highlight the objectives I finish with a green color. So if that helps you kind of locate where I am, if it helps you understand the map better, you can use that as a reference. And yeah, for the most part, I will be silent in a lot of these because there's not really much to say here, but I want to show the all gameplay footage just so you can just follow along. If it helps, you could probably just mute the audio and just follow along, because there's this vapor here. It's kind of fucking annoying. There's actually two of them. Also, a reason why you should find out where all the objectives are on a map is just so you can get at least one set done. Because if you're someone who wants to play killer, and that's probably the reason why you play this game. If you want to play killer more often, you need to get at least one set done. Because if you get at least one set done, your chance of becoming the killer will be increased by 1. Which you can see right below your avatar after you finish a set. You don't need to finish the second one unless you just want to decrease time and get some more points. But yeah, you just need to get at least one done if you want to increase your queue time. You don't have to, as it always increases whenever you load into a match, but it's useful information. Going to the Oni map, this one is pretty easy to do if you know where all of them are located. A lot of them are quite hidden, so I'll just walk you through it. On the first floor, there is the key in the vending machine, the two next to the little ceiling hole from the second floor. There's one inside the rubble and one on the table in the same room. And if you go into the room outside the cage room, which is where the killer spawns, there will be one on the table, and there'll also be a key inside the cage room where the killer spawns. And then the last two keys are on the second floor. There's one behind the TV and on the side of the bed. I spawned in the vending machine room. So you can do this last or you can do that first. Honestly, it just depends where you spawn. You can take any route you want to take. It doesn't really matter. And I'm getting the key in the rubble, on the table, the key on the table in the other room, outside the cage room, and one in the cage room. Simple as that, really. The Eclipse map is probably the least confusing one. There's only 2 rings that are actually kind of hidden, and I'm sure most people watching already know where the rings are located anyway. But if you don't, you can just, once again, just look at the map or watch the gameplay video. Yeah, don't ask me why these bridges are bugged. They're not bugged in the current version of the game, but they were in the recording session. Schoolhouse map or the building map will have 6 bananas and 5 of these things. Also, you can get a banana through this wall. It's in. I come back to that room in the very last, but you can't get that banana in that room through the wall. I don't know why you would ever do that, but you could. This map is called the Pillar Drainage System. This one's super easy to figure out where the buttons are located. However, for the red valves, or the disabled drain system objective, depending on how you view the map, there's going to be none at the top. There'll be one on the left top side. There'll be one on the right top side, one on the bottom left side, and there'll be one in the middle touching the top right side. This one is called Joy of Creation. This is the one with a bunch of items and we have to clean up trash. This one, I imagine some people might be confused on where to locate some items, and you might often get yourself confused in what room you're in. I'm sure this one will probably help quite a bit. This is the map I made, and yeah, you can just follow along. This is the room where the killer spawns. Also, there's a trash that I missed. Well, I didn't miss it. I was forced to get off of it because the killer was behind me. I get it last, but it's where you think it is if you're looking at the map. The next map, which I am so certain that most people watching do not know where they are located. In fact, I almost never see anyone get a set done on this map. I kind of have the map memorized, but I couldn't even eyeball the map. I actually had to go in the game because the hallways sometimes confuse me. There's a lot of rooms that you have to ignore to get the objectives you want. The proportions on this map might be a bit rough, and I apologize for that, but I think they get the general idea of where all the objectives are. Also, once again, you don't really need to get both of the sets done. If you just want to increase your chance of becoming the killer, I would just focus on the notes. If you just want to do that, you could totally just do that. But I'm doing both because, again, I just know where everything's located. I call this the double chest room. It's really useful to kind of call what these rooms are for yourself if you just want to be able to like memorize rooms easier. So yeah, that's the double chest room. These two pages are really easy to remember because they're literally right connected to each other. The pillars and the piano room both have a note, and it's pretty easy to remember. You can also just go down this hallway and get the note from the bookshelf. Also, that hallway is a dead end, obviously. There's a lot of dead ends on this map that you kind of have to keep in mind. This one's the newer map. It is Fazbear Fright. I highly recommend to just focus the cupcakes first and then do the vents just so you can get a set done. And that's all the cupcakes. And then the vents, which again, I think there's I think there's too many vents in this map. I know where all of them are located, but I hate doing them because they're so scattered and there's so many of them. I'd actually prefer that the vents took longer to do, but there's a less amount. I feel like that would make this map's objectives a lot more bearable. But it's not too big of a deal. You can look at the map as I struggle to find this one vent that I missed. And now I'm in the correct room. Next up, we got Gilgamesh. This map is...